Now, I will say that this toggles interestingly into probably the biggest headline that came out of your economic update at the NAR event, which was a very positive and optimistic view on the transaction numbers of existing home sales. What do you see coming for us in 2026?
So in 2026, my economic forecasting number popping out is 14%, which means that reality will not be 14% growth, but it could be 11% growth or even 20% growth. I would not be surprised on those part. And some markets could be even better. Now, I have been asked by some brokers across the country to say, aren't you a little too optimistic in that regard? And my response is twofold. One, one looks at past real estate downturn. During the recovery, how did it come out? Did it come out with 2% gain or did it come out with double-digit percentage gain? And often it is double-digit percentage gains. So past historical data shows that double-digit gain are quite normal coming out of the downturn. And the other part is economic logic. So the basis for that 14% growth in home sales is that if the mortgage rate declined to average of 6%, because it used to be about 7% average in the first half of 2025. And you look at the income distribution in America, say bell-shaped curve, upper end, lower end, and many people in the middle, as the mortgage rate goes down, the income requirement begins to go down also to get a mortgage. And then you look at what's the population in that group. And based on our also past analysis, roughly 10% of newly qualifying people who can get a mortgage actually buys a property. So we are finding that it could be 550,000 additional home sales next year using this logic. And that translates into 14% growth in home sales.
We would love to get back up a little bit more from that 4 million home sales. I love your prediction. We take the bits and pieces that we want to hear. So maybe I heard 20. I'm kidding. I'm not promising. I'm not promising 20. But honestly, even 10% growth would be a fantastic number for so many of the practitioners in the industry.